All right. Now we're getting back into it. This is SingleAye versus towa. I feel like this is a matchup that Villager can't. Like, you've got a character that's faster, decent, like, walling and comboing aerials. Really good pickups, especially on, like, lightweights. Like, you will die out the top, like, in percents you won't believe. But they played a lot, and I know that this is one of those matchups that seems like SingleAye would not mind so much. I feel like there's definitely some benefit to fighting a character that has to jump to access a lot of their best tools, and a tall, relatively light one at that. So we shall see. Getting into it to start. The game percents even up until there. Getting caught with the fishing rod off stage. I don't know if towa had a jump still or not. I didn't quite catch that, but just barely falling out of range to fully recover there. You really can't be too careful off stage versus Isabel. That said, towa answering in kind with the drag down nair up tilt. That's the other thing is, of course, like if you don't call out the jump and you instead permit Pally to set up in her most effective threat range, she is able to land a lot of those confirms and build damage quickly like we're seeing here. Good use of the pocket as a fake air dodge to sort of get around explosive. But you still gotta get off this ledge, and that can be tough. Able to break their way back in, but Love still can't quite seem to get off the ledge here. It's been coast to coast. towa just been doing really good work, I would say. Like, again, like maximizing that effective threat range, the 45-degree angle where you can slash like the sort of single dash distance, so you can be in line to either grab dash attack or fade in fair. Either way, fair, speaking of which, is going to be the clincher there at the ledge. Something has to really change for SingleAye, like in terms of getting at a disadvantage, because otherwise, Palutena at a deficit, if you're forced to approach her, she can just whiff punish, get a little like 20 to 30% per interaction, and by that point you are at death percent, starting 90 as a lightweight. Tables really seem to have turned from where we were at the beginning. That's the first up there. I think that towa had a good idea of waiting, but still not quite able to close it, and SingleAye is going to begin sort of building that percent back. All right, dash in, dash out, back throw. That is going to be a really good way to sort of close up the second stock when you can't quite swing. Just understand that people are going to want to move in if you let up your pressure for a second, just like instinctually, I feel. Either way, towa currently holding ledge again, which has been, you know, their best situation in so far. Yeah, Love's really got to make the most of this. I don't want to say like make the most of this deficit, because that doesn't make sense, but make the most of, at the very least, the fact that they aren't dead yet. Now, keeping that back throw unstaled just in case. You never know. Sometimes, like after those nerfs, sometimes it's deceptively weak in some positions, but by no means like an underwhelming move. That back air, an excellent move. It's actually going to go ahead and take it. Gina, if we're doing best of 5 or best of 3 right now? Winners quarters, they don't really tend to do best of 5s inside of top 8, so it's still best of 3. Oh yeah. Anyone want to let them know that there's another open commentary spot and one more. Either way. We're getting right back into it with game 2. I actually didn't see what the stage kind of pick was. I can't imagine they'd want to turn stages. No one around here is enough of a sweat to counterpick, except for SingleAye here. Love wanted to go for the Hollow Bastion. Pretty solid stage for Isabel, I would say. I could definitely see the rationale. Getting into the thick of it. So far, towa having a pretty strong lead. SingleAye just trying to poke him out, deny him from fully breaking Lloyd while also maintaining enough of a threat range in order to like possibly set up for a tech chase, maybe like get some kind of follow-up to make up this damage deficit that's happening. Expecting a roll maybe, or trying to turn around grab, either way. I don't think this is untenable either. I think that alright. You can use the down throw to mitigate the wood mine. This is definitely snowballing a bit. I think a lot of it has to do with how SingleAye is handling these scrambles. towa is able to sit at a range where they're not immediately threatened by anything besides a resing area, which can be beaten out or at least just parried and shielded. But still standing in a range where you could throw out a tilt, just short hop aerial, dash back even if try something tricky. Good F smash there, calling out the bad spot dodge. Not quite gonna kill back, but got very, very close. Oop. Tomahawk grab there. Right now, towa is sort of just, I would say, going tit for tat here in terms of percent and getting hits off. SingleAye catching up a little bit, and this ledge situation could actually be really big for him. I should hold my tongue. Oh, almost getting that off the top, but still not quite doing it. And nice bear, calling out the jump from ledge. That is exactly what was needed. But and back throw. Yep. Nevertheless, this is an even game. And also, most of the onus is still on SingleAye here, given that one game advantage. You really you don't want to play around here at this point, is what I'm trying to say. So far, it really has been the towa show at ledge. Not by a death sentence and as far as the game goes by any means, but still, you know a lot of percent's going to happen when Palutena's ledge dropping. Whoop. Finding that dash attack is... Are we going to find a gripping conclusion? Oh, looking for the up tilts there. Yeah, the scrapping has not... the scrapping's been a bit of a struggle for SingleAye is what I should say, just because not quite respecting the range, I don't think. I'm seeing a lot of counter swings with nair, up tilt, that towa's able to weave around. Maybe just dashing and backing off might behoove a bit more, but either way, this is not undoable. Again, they had that really good mix from stock 2 at the ledge that closed it out for them. This could absolutely do it too. towa, though, not too keen on letting that happen by any stretch. I could tell. Oh, wonderful dare, clipping right through the stage and taking out that last stock from towa. Like I said, that sort of play from stock 2 and we're seeing a stock 3 is exactly what SingleAye needed to stay in the game. That's the thing. That's where a lot of these high advantage state, low tiers, and set play characters will live and die by. Even if you're taking all that percent, if you can afford a couple of winning ledge interactions, it might as well. Oh goodness, excuse me. Might as well not matter. All right. So far point if the rocket would do it, but no, Palutena's shield invincibility coming in clutch for her once more out of a bajillion times. Good up tilt there. We're finally seeing some of the scrapping options hit for a lot, and it keeps going. Got Towa trapped on the platform there. Not the best place for any character to be, really, no matter who you are, even if you're doing it on purpose like Steve. Those platforms are like, they're the little mini mud traps in the row. Either way, though, Towa at the percent where like those late slingshots will push. Able to answer in kind, and this is we may see their advantage state again. This advantage state again be a big deal. Towa's so strong at the ledge when he sort of smells blood in the water. That said, if you're not fully aware of character, like, because between I would say Isabelle's lesser traits at ledge still has that tether recovery, up B mix-up, as well as a wall jump and just really disjointed fair and bear. But it's going to be the up air that actually ends up clinching out the first stock. And this is really rough. Like with advantage, like with a stock advantage rather, Isabelle becomes a whole different, it feels different almost. Like the character doesn't change, but it feels like everything else about the game changes, as you've got to find a way to negotiate your way in an approach without like just getting slingshotted, then you're in a tech chase. Maybe some more damage happens, but more likely you like after the tech you may catch another slingshot, and by that point you're at the corner, and that sucks, let me tell you. Towa though, still by no means out of it by any imagination. Good explosive flame, not quite killing, shockingly. I think we're going to start looking for those nairs there. Oh, good high recovery. Managing to avoid the dare that took the game too, but not managing to get around this fishing rod. And this is a tough deficit, but by no means undoable. Towa are going to have to maximize their ledge situations and at least get rid of this first stock. Find a grab, back air, dash attack, something. Oh, dash attack found, but nothing doing, I guess. Another down tilt. Still no kill with that. That is... I guess maybe scaling, not quite finding his hits perhaps, but that doesn't seem right to me either way. Forward air, up, and that is going to take it. SingleAye is smiling a little bit, knowing they got the, they just have an insane lead here. That said, Towa, again, of course, really strong. And part of that strength does come from an understanding of how to negotiate your way around zoners as Palutena. Even if this match was more unconventional, I feel like they have the knowledge to make this comeback. Either way, such a strong showing. Right now, SingleAye just doing what they need to, what they know that they need to do. Love is absolutely just sitting in bear range, able to set up the Lloyd behind them in case they need to retreat, but still, I want to say deficit continues to climb. Climb not in terms of the differential, but in terms of just how much longevity that Towa has in that last stock. That F smash, I'm almost surprised it didn't kill, because I know that move would be strong, but I understand it was the late hit. Whoop, not quite finding anything after the landing drag down nair. Good parry, and oh man, I'm actually surprised that didn't quite connect. Back air, up, and the air dodge has happened. Still not quite finding a kill. SingleAye looking for the end game here. Whoop. Explosive flame connecting, and another one. Is this goal? Oh, and Towa finds it. Okay, this is back to one stock apiece. This is not at all untenable. Landing there. Still, though, I think that's frame 5 there in return coming from Isabelle. really, obviously really quick, and even like traditionally great combo moves, not the best on landing, and good nair from ledge. Really strong shot from SingleAye, just really good adjustments we saw. And that is actually, I believe, going to put them back into winners